on, try to do it, Steve. Might be better if you try to do it better than me.
You can turn off the camera on the actual stream. You can turn off the scoreboard on the stream.
From the Three Rivers League, number 1,
There's a better focus right now. Yes, how's it down? There. We don't need to have Tualatin on it, we just need the scoreboard. How about now? Now? Look at that far out.
Alright, folks, if you would stand and remove your hats and face that flag to the south of us for the next flag.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the OGLA State Championship in Lacrosse. I'm Todd Mansfield, joined by the Professor Sean Hansen, and we've got it all over again. Deja vu all over again for like the last 3 times we've had a championship here, because you got to knock out 2 years for COVID. It's been these 2 teams, like Oswego and Jesuit. Tell me, Sean, about this year and how these 2 teams kind of found their way here.
Yeah, I think LO is a little bit of a surprise. You know, you look at their roster and you see 2 seniors. They're really sophomore heavy. And, you know, I was talking with Paige Timberg, the head coach there, and she was coming into this thinking this might be a little bit of a rebuilding year. And then you look at the other end of the scope, you have Jesuit, who has 13 seniors, 23 players, a robust JV program. I think even they had this pressure on themselves to get here and get here quickly. So kind of different avenues took us here. I think the dependables in girls lacrosse are what they're both good at, right? A lot of great kids on the draws. Sophomores, I mean, even Gigi Abernathy over at Jesuit, she's a sophomore, and she leads their draw controls. So possession in the midfield is going to be key, and then the senior goalkeepers. I think that could be a key ingredient for who could win this game. Partovi over at Jesuit, heading to Cal, like obviously she's a talent, and then I think Taylor Barnes has been showing up when she needs to show up, which is sometimes all a goalie needs to do. So, the road to get here was a little bit different, but we ended up with number 1 and number 2 here in the state final.
You can't ask for much more than that. These two teams have done it. Lake Oswego 14-1 this year. Jesuit 16-1 coming into today's game. The last 2 times these two teams have played in the state final, it has been a 1-goal game, including 12-11 for Jesuit just last year. So we should expect more of the same, because it seems like it always happens. By the way, you can also hear, I think, through the microphones tonight, a pretty windy night out here at Tualatin High School. And you can also hear the fact, I think we've got microphones down in the bench area, because, man, those were some loud cheers as we got ready. And this one is underway. Lake Oswego grabbing it first is Prager. Grabs herself another draw. She was great in the semifinal and hopes to continue that run here against Jesuit. So Jesuit wearing the white-blue. And as for Jesuit, they're wearing the black with the gold. So as we take a look, Lakers finally get it into the offensive end, and they are set up. Some players to watch tonight. Certainly one of them being number 9, Marin Kelly. She played a huge role in their win in the semifinals against Westland. She's got it, shoots it, scores it! Right out of the gate, just 38 seconds into this one, and Marin Kelly gets her first.
Yeah, and that was good team play there. There was a little pick set up for Marin Kelly to run off of. She can get her hands free that way, was able to get her hands free turn and a shot in the low corner.
So a big start, and you can bet both these two teams have a lot of offensive firepower. I'm checking out there on some things. One of the issues that we have to keep an eye on tonight will be the play of number 13, Piper Daskalos for Jesuit. Piper broke her arm in this game 3 days ago. She came off in a sling. We'll take a look at that a little bit later, but she's out there, full brace on that arm and ready to play. All right, on this one, up high in the air, it's going to be grabbed by Lem, and Ello's got another.
That draw control group from LO, just so good. The 3 sophomores.
Big start as they get it down into the zone. Lockhart goes ahead and carries it in, drops it off for Doan. So now again another opportunity for LO. Jesuit in their semifinal did not trail until the late minutes of that game before pulling it out with a late tying goal with just 4 seconds left in regulation. They then went on to win it with the golden goal. On that turnover, the whistle goes, but no, trying to put it up the side. Great steal. Again, Lila Turley. We'll be saying her name a lot tonight.
Yeah, Turley was all over the place in that semifinal game. Shows up big, especially her and Lem. The anticipation they have on defense is really impressive.
Very impressive for 2 sophomores. They're going to be around a couple more years and hope to bring LO back to this position. But again, when it comes down to it, you never know what's going to happen in the championship game. 1-0 in favor of LO off the goal by Marin Kelly just 38 seconds into this one. Now Doan trying to create if she can, but some strong defense down there by Randall. LO, another opportunity as they wrap around. Lem looking to create. Nice control of the ball, able to hold on to it. They loop it in, trying to get it to Kelly, but just over her arms. Turley wants to run it down, does, and she'll bring it back, and she's got the edge.
That's going to be a fun battle to watch. Turley versus Abernathy, 2 sophomores.
Dropped in the middle, trying to come away with it is Prager. She can't, instead the other direction, Randall. Randall looking for the lead pass, gets it off to Daskalos. Again, remember, broken arm. You see the black on her right arm. She's left-handed, so apparently it won't affect her that much. Here's one in front. Randall could not seal the deal. And on playing it over down in the corner, it's knocked out by Rubenstein. So Jesuit maintains control.
and Jesuit looking for that early pass. Randall was open. I think, Coach Blumhardt talked about they need to get back to what got them here.
Randall, shot,
nice
goal.
bouncer.
And that, you just nailed it. What got him here? Plays like that.
Yeah, I think they let the game get a little bit away from them because they were trying to do too much against Grant instead of just stick with what they did well and what, puts them on top year after year. And that was a great play, just a feed inside, and then Randall with the bouncer, not taking any chances to have Barnes clean it up there. Again, bouncers will go, Todd.
And you know what? When you look at the numbers for Piper Daskalos, we've talked about it. We talked about it in the semifinal. 73 goals this year, but 24 assists coming into tonight. Maybe a little bit better for her in terms of the distribution of the ball. I think she might be a big player that way tonight because I don't think she's going to want to go get in a scrum in front of that goal with the chances of getting pelted on that arm. She might just stay back and make passes as Turley picks this one up. That's 3 for 3 as LO on the draw.
And that was an area Coach Blumhardt was a little bit concerned with, was they might have to switch things up a little bit because LO is so good on the draw, getting it into a space where they can win it.
Nice back pass by LO, and then they send it up to Lockhart on the right, and she gets it in. Good play back to Hunter, and then up the right sideline. So now over to Lem. Lem looks for someone down the middle. There's a shot. That one blocked away as Prager had an opportunity. First to get there is going to be...
Officials are signaling LO kept it in. So.
All right. Looked like that was Stella Lasis who got there first.
Yeah, it's, again, off a shot. It's closest to the ball when the ball goes out of bounds. It doesn't matter if it goes off a pipe and sideways or behind the cage.
Mullen with it now as she's being shut off, but nice spin move. Tries to create space, but backs off. LO looking to break down that Jesuit defense. Just been so strong throughout the year. Turley wants to run through it, does a nice job getting the whistle, and she'll have the free shot from the 8.
That was just a safety call. Check through the sphere. In girls lacrosse, you wear an invisible scuba helmet that protects your head.
Comes in, takes a shot, and that one is saved once again. Nice play by Partovi, but LO comes away with the loose ball. Now on the errant pass, couple players battle for it. LO tries to maintain possession. Finally, it's picked up by Abernathy over there.
Yeah, I think LO had it for a second, and Abernathy and maybe Ensberger just stuck with it there. Were able to ride out the little bit of a wave. Oh, a long clear here by Tartovi.
Great pass on up ahead to Randall. Randall holds on to it. Now she's got a little bit of an edge. Carries it into the offensive end, open on her right side. Boom, shot just deflected by the keeper. Great play by Barnes.
And that was Maddox there with the shot. Couldn't go for a repeat.
She was the one who scored the game-winning goal in the semifinal. What do they call her? What's her nickname?
4 feet of heat.
4 feet of heat. Oh, my goodness.
She brings it.
Yeah, she certainly does. And she did in the semifinal with just a fantastic play. Couldn't convert that one, so we remain at 1 apiece. Just over 19 minutes to go. Jesuit trying to create something up top. Buckley wanted it. Her pass off to the side, but Randall there to retrieve.
I think Jesuit's being a little bit more patient than we saw them in the semifinals, setting things up, taking the opportunities that come to them. So that might have been what Coach Blumhardt was illuminating to on getting back to their game.
Maddox tries to get in, can't go anywhere, gives it off to Randall, and they'll try to bring it up top. Randall gets an edge, but lost the ball for a moment. Players running into one another, and it's going to be for Randall at the 8.
So officials there just calling it a check cross body, horizontal stick. So you can have a horizontal stick, you just can't extend and displace someone. That's considered dangerous.
Here's a quick shot and a goal, another one for Randall. That's her 20th on the year, second one tonight, and it's 2-1 Jesuit.
That looked like 5-hole there, Todd.
Oof. Right down the pipe. Time of that goal coming at 6:45. And that's where you talked about it earlier, Sean. You mentioned the fact that a lot of tonight could come down to these goalies, Partovi for Jesuit and Barnes, where you're going to see a lot of those free shot opportunities, and they've just got to step up and stop them.
Right. I don't think you want to put either one of these teams on the 8-meter, but Partovi's already come up with a 5-hole save, and obviously that one went through Barnes. So, you know, it's either don't put them on the 8 or come up with the stop.
So LO has been dominant in the circle with the draws, winning all 3. That one stays low, they said. Oh, LO thought it didn't go high enough. Stopped for just a second. Jesuit takes advantage, coming in on the wing. Here's the shot and a goal. Quinny Handley comes in and puts that one in.
She did a great job there, just cutting in over the top of the crease, towing the line a little bit.
That one will go back to that draw, though, because Millie Prager stopped. And I think her teammates did, too, when she didn't think the ball went high enough. And they didn't whistle it. Jesuit played the ball. And Jesuit did that the other night. They just played the ball. They kept going. They will keep running even if the whistle's called. And that's the way you've got to play it. You can't stop. Let them blow it a couple of times.
Yeah, I think you just play through every whistle. And if they pull you back, they pull you back. You know, that's the way it's got to be.
And Jesuit doing a great job of it. It was that slight hesitation. It got up to Handley, who, by the way, gets her 30th goal on the year, and she just kept going. But that's where sometimes maybe the lack of experience, the younger players on LO actually hurt them in that particular situation. It's early, though, and for Jesuit, they know that a 3-1 lead may not hold up because a 10-1 lead didn't hold up in the semis. Turley tries to come up with it, runs over one. They're going to say that's on Turley.
Yeah, unfortunately, a trip in girls lacrosse, it doesn't really matter if it's intentional or not, but if you trip someone, that's typically going to be called.
So Handley now down on the wing, wants to go at it again. She tries, backs off, looks for a pass down the middle. She'll drop it off for Randall. Now they go to the outside. Daskalos has it. She's matched up with Hunter. She'll wait for her opportunities tonight, but is always looking for teammates. Over on the side, it belongs to Maddox. They swing it up top, Buckley.
No shot clock here at the high school level, so there's really no, Jesuit doesn't need to force anything here. They can just take their time, find their best shot.
There's a whistle upcoming, but either way.
So that was a flag there, so there was a foul, but because she opted to take the shot, the official puts the flag back in the pocket, and away we play. She doesn't want to take away a scoring opportunity, but if you opt to shoot it, then that's your shot.
Nice save by Barnes, but really not that difficult a shot to stop, honestly, from Buckley up top. Right now, Barnes trying to find somebody to get it to, still hasn't found anybody yet.
Yeah, she did have those couple of errant clears in the semifinals. Coach Timberg didn't mention that was something she was concerned with particularly, but, maybe just they talked about taking your time again. There's no possession clock, so there's no incentive for Barnes to just huck the ball out until she really, truly wants to.
Tries to get it out on the wing, and that one's going to keep rolling over center. Trying to pick it up. They do. Does LO right on the sideline. Oh. Picked up by...
Push called there. It looked like she had went out of bounds, but the official saw a push that affected her, caused her to go out of bounds.
Mullen is there. Grabs it, and she'll look to start. Hesitation left, goes back right. Does a nice job.
Smart move by Mullen right there to act like she wanted to go inbounds, but really towed that sideline.
Because she only had 5 yards to go and did a nice job with that. Whistle coming. Is that at the 8-meter? Looks like it is.
No, I think they're going to pull her back to the 12.
Oh, they are. You're right.
Typically, they don't move anyone up to the 8 unless the foul occurred inside the 8, like a 3 seconds.
That's what I thought, but I know LO was saying, we're just going to walk up to the 8 and see if we get the call.
My high school basketball coach said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So maybe Coach Baker had something there.
Ball belongs to Doan on the outside as LO trailing right now, 3-1, 15-18 to go. Turley with it.
Slide comes. Sydney Kim there with the double.
Somebody's open. Who's it going to be? Can she find them?
Yeah, it's the backside right now.
Doan, right side.
Doan just slipped there. Lost the handle, was able to pick it up.
Comes in, flags there. There's the whistle. She'll get the opportunity.
Yeah, so on that one, because she dropped the handle and the ball went out, the official had flagged that, and we're bringing it back. So she has that opportunity. But she is on the hanging hash. Not exactly where you want to be.
Not as bad as a hanging Chad, I guess, but still. The hanging hash?
Hanging hash.
What? I love that. I love that. All right, here we come. Up top, looking for it in front. Trying to come away with a shot is Millie Prager, but she backs off. Smartly
and
played.
Lem is wide. Oh, Lem was wide open on that.
Up top, there's a pass in the middle, looking for Lem. Doesn't get to her. Over the end line it goes as Laces couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, since that was a pass, not a shot, it's going the other way.
But let's talk about LO right now. You just said Lem was wide open. Are they missing things right now?
I think Jesuit is doing a good job of sending the slide early. That might have been, I know Coach Blumhardt talked about they worked on crashes a lot. She didn't specifically said slide, but I have seen Sydney Kim slide early a few times, which just like you said, that means there's a 2v1 somewhere, and they're having a little bit of trouble finding where that 2v1 is.
Looking out on the field, don't know if you can see it in your shot right now, but Parker Lem is face guarding Randall, and she's all the way down at the 40 because last time it was Partovi throwing it all the way down to Randall, and Lem was not going to let that happen. Lem slides over to try and pick up here on Abernathy, cuts to her left, shoots, that one hits the post, rebound shot, score! Broken arm and all, Piper Daskalos puts it in.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone was watching the D1 games earlier today, but that was the first couple goals in the BC Denver game. Denver versus Northwestern were just the pickup putbacks, and those can kill you. Those can be huge momentum swings.
For Daskalos on the year, double check her numbers. That's goal number 74, but put an asterisk by that one, because that's a big one to come out and score with a broken arm. I don't care who you are, what sport you play, to compete at the highest level with a broken arm, knowing she's going to Johns Hopkins next year, knowing she doesn't have to play. That says a lot about her as a leader out there with this team and how much desire she has.
Right.
I love the fact you were talking about Denver and Northwestern, my alma mater versus a team I broadcast for many years. Was it DU? Who won that game, do you know?
Northwestern did.
Okay, go Cats.
Yeah.
Actually, I couldn't lose.
Yeah, DU had an awesome defense, but Northwestern switched out of their zone into man, and Denver could not find a way to score.
There you go. How about them?
We'll see
And
who
what
scores
was
here.
that, a quarterfinal? Was that a
That was semi.
Semi-final. Northwestern's in the finals?
National, could be national champs.
Wow.
Again.
You know, we didn't talk about that much when I was there. We were not national champs at least any of the big three. We were national chumps most of the time we were there. 4-1 is the score, 13:24 to go, and it
They
looked
called
like
it early.
Prager moved early.
Yeah. Early draw there. She's trying to deny Gigi Abernathy the pass, but it's got to go back to the center.
So Abernathy will set things up, drops it off on the wing, and oh boy, a couple players slipping out on the turf, and now it's Brent Ensminger brings it in. They'll get it back up for Kim. She wants to, make a move, fancy stick work, lost the ball, it rolled behind, who's gonna get it? What do we have?
There was a cover called, I'm not sure who it's called on, but that was the signal from official. Basically means you can't, if it's so, oh no, it was on Taylor Barnes.
She's pointing, geez, so Taylor's gonna have to go outside. Oh, you're absolutely kidding.
Yeah, so.
How do you defend this?
Well, I thought it's, okay, so in high school it's a minor foul.
Okay.
So that means she can't, Sydney Kim has the ball, I believe, and she can't shoot it. She has to play it to someone.
Oh.
But yeah, that
Wow.
could have been unfortunate.
I've never seen that one. Something brand new. Never seen it. I know she reached outside of her circle to try and get that, but I didn't.
So the call was cover, which basically meant that she covered the ball,
Yeah.
like put her stick over the top of the ball, which means other players didn't have the opportunity to.
Well, her
pick it up.
stick's a little bit bigger than anybody else's. Come
Right.
on, cut her a little slack here. Here's the move down low, inside Buckley.
Shooting space is going to be called on that one. So shooting space is a funky one. It's when you're not within a stick's length of the player's lane to goal. It's considered dangerous because the offensive player doesn't have the opportunity to shoot. So that's going to be an automatic whistle from the officials.
And they're calling that on Lockhart. So here, all of a sudden, Piper Buckley with the opportunity. It looked like Ello left a little early or Buckley left late. Not sure which, but it goes to Kim. Kim's going to try and run down there. Gets their stick hit. Nice defensive play. Ello picks it up. Oh, advances and throws it a little too hard. Gets a lucky bounce. Where's this ball going to wind up? Between a couple of players.
Scrum.
Whistle blown. They're giving that to Jesuit.
Across
right
the
now
body was called.
It's bouncing their way, Sean.
Yeah.
It's bouncing Jesuit's way right now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Ello just had a nice defensive stop. You want to have a clean clear after that to give yourself an opportunity to breathe and not play defense.
And back again they are at 10:59 to go here in the first half. 4-1 Jesuit, trying to repeat a third straight time as state champions here in the OGLA State Championship. Directing traffic over there. Appears it's going to be, got to make sure who that is. Looks like it's Randall. Yep, Randall was over there, but now they've got it all the way over to Abernathy. In, using the screen, trying to get to the right side. Turley's on her, chasing her out to the 20. Great defense. There's the slide.
I kind of love the high pressure on that.
Coming inside, here's an opportunity. A shot, that one misses wide right. Who's there? Give it to Jesuit.
Yep, I'm going to stay with Jesuit. I'm guessing Jesuit's not used to a lot of high pressure. It's actually not a terrible way to go.
Well, and if it's Turley, she's absolutely a wrecking crew out there, it seems, all by herself. So now all of a sudden bringing along it's Handley. Handley's got a goal tonight. Would love to. There's the slide. Looking for a little help. Handley's running away with it. Gets it up top. Now Abernathy. Daskalos. Looking. She'll just give it back up. Let Handley do her work up top. 9:37 now to go here in the first half. Kim wants to do something with it. Just cycles it around to the far side.
Ella's doing a nice job protecting the 8. It's kind of like the key in basketball, but they're on the same token, they're just allowing Jesuit to do what they want and set up how they want.
And Lockhart gets called again on that one, so Maddox is going to go ahead and set up.
Looks like she's off on the first hash.
She'll just back off, get it up top, looking
Shooting
for Randall.
space. So again, that's just, it can be anywhere inside the CSA, also known as the critical scoring area. So she caught it inside the 12. So she was looking to shoot. You have to be looking to shoot for shooting space to be called.
Right now, an opportunity, backing up, making the
great
pass shot, and a finish by Abernathy.
That was very smart. She could have easily taken that herself, but opted to pass it off for an even better angle. Ella's going to take a timeout here.
Smart call by Ello before this one really gets away from them as they're down 5-1. Taking a look for Abernathy on the year. She comes in now. That was goal number 50 for her. And you're just seeing Randall, Handley, Dasklos, Abernathy. Lots of different weapons coming after Ello. And, you know, you mentioned it. A little bit of a surprise that Ello was here. Again, a younger team. They graduated, 10 players from last year's team?
Yeah,
so a surprise, but at the same time, they've got the skill, they've got the talent, but Jesuit just seems to be clicking. And sometimes when balls are bouncing your way, it's not just the ball that's bouncing, it's that you're creating those good bounces. And it looks like Jesuit has a little bit more of that energy right now.
Yeah, I mean, lacrosse is a game of runs, so I don't think this one's, as we saw on Tuesday night, momentum can swing in any given direction.
Indeed it can.
Lacrosse can take you on a little bit of a roller coaster ride, so I think this is a great timeout by Coach Timberg. Just settling in probably some of her younger players, getting back to what they're really great at, which I think if they win a couple draws and have a couple chances on attack, I think they will be able to produce. I would personally love to see them get a little bit more aggressive like Shirley was and come out a little bit on Jesuit. I think them playing back on the 8 is playing right into what Jesuit wanted to do, which is get back to their game, find the best opportunities, and hats off to Jesuit for after that roller coaster to do that.
It will be interesting to see how LO responds, but again, I would go back to, this might be a little bit of a reach, but sometimes I do that as a coach, and that's pretty simple, that you're sitting there as we're taking a look at Jesuit down there, and you know, the injury to Piper Daskalos might actually have been a benefit. And I say that for the fact that sometimes I've watched Jesuit and they just watch her. And now all the rest of them are like, you know what, she's hurt. She's maybe at 60%. We all have to step up. Randall, Handley, Daskalos, Abernathy. So they're stepping up not only offensively but in other places as well. And I wonder if in some ways that's kind of the small benefit that came out of that injury. They knew, hey, if we want a chance against this LO team, we all have to. Where sometimes when you have a star player, you literally can get caught watching. It's a thought. It's a reach. But you know what? I'm sticking with it.
I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna
Thank
go
you.
back to the.
Thanks, Professor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the point that Jesuit does have 10 players with 10+ goals on the season.
It's true. That's
So,
true.
You know, it's not unheard of.
Right. You're going to give me a passing grade? Do I
Yes.
get I don't get an F.
You get a C.
I get a C.
And we'll see how you do the rest of the day.
Well, that's pretty much what I got all throughout high school. Here's Turley cutting in, wants the shot. Hit from behind right before she shoots.
Oh, so in college, that probably would have been a great check.
Right.
The trail official called through the sphere, which again, there's a kind of an invisible scuba helmet. It's that large, since the girls don't wear any protective gear besides the goggles. So Turley's going to get a chance here.
See what she can come up with. Turley cuts in, goes left, shoots. That one saved by the keeper again. Partovi, who was the MVP of the championship last year, starting out strong again. Loose ball on the turf. Players battle. Jesuit trying to get it. They do. Edwards comes up with it and says, get this out of here. Fires it over to Patelli. Check it. That's Hoffman. Hoffman's advancing, but then lost it. Nice defensive by Laces. Oh, we got our first card coming out.
So
that's a
just
green.
Yeah, that's just a green. So she didn't move away. I think sometimes the offending player is expecting the player to just continue their run and continues theirs. But in high school, there's still minor and major fouls. So in a major foul, you have to go 4 meters behind.
So Kim gets her first green card of the night. Now over on the left side is Doan. Doan would love to create. Somebody has to right now. Who's going to step up? We haven't heard much from Myron Kelly. Back behind, they're just whipping around the circle. Merry-go-round play. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I think they're trying to utilize the goal circle as kind of an extra defender, pin the defender up against that.
Well, apparently they got a little dizzy and backed out of it. Here's Kelly. Kelly's going to try and go right, get in, takes the shot. That one saved. Loose ball, rebound, shot saved. That ball to the far side. Oh, goodness. The rebound was shot by Jordan, but saved again by Patelli. Check it by Partovi. Partovi is playing a terrific game so far.
Yeah, she's having a great night.
Big night for her. Bringing it Stalick. Stalick advances it on up ahead. Trying to chase this one down. Jesuit had it for a moment. They finally come up with it. Handley. Oh, so far that's been the first half for LO. Just missing in front. Shot. Goal!
That's tough to stop. Someone right on your doorstep.
Maddox was there. She gets her first of the night. And for Maddox overall, that's goal number 22. 6-1.
I think part of the issue LO is having is in transition, they're not playing goal side, they're playing ball side. So right now they're staying between the ball and their girl, and then Jesuit's getting those over the top passes, and that's leading to man up situations as they go to goal. And then you have to slide, and I don't think you want to mess with either of these teams in transition. So my kind of tweak for that would just be play discipline, play goal side, and get into your settled defense, because I think that's where their strength lies.
So after a great start on the draws, it's been pretty much Jesuit getting things rolling right now as Abernathy's gotten it going, and once again she does. Maddox picks it up. And she gets chased from behind. Oh, that was a play by Lem, but they can't come away with it. Kim picks it up on the far side. Kim needs a little bit of help and drops it back. Jesuit will try to swing it to the near side. They're going to give it to Partovi. Partovi out on the wing, drops it off for Stalik. Stalik tries to maintain possession, but can't. Or can she?
She's hanging with it.
That's right. That's definitely hot potato. She does. Long pass on up ahead. Goes ahead and hits Abernathy. Abernathy looks for a trailer. Drops it off to Randall. Randall looks to try and get it on the far side to Daskalos. Daskalos can't come away with it.
So that's a hard whistle there. That was just because Daskalos made contact to her back, which isn't necessary, right? Like, there's no reason you need to put a stick on someone's back.
And they're bringing her back, but in that situation, why can't she just keep going?
It's a great question.
That's what drives me nuts about this. It happened the other night.
No longer an official at the high school level, so I cannot answer that.
All right, so LO brings it up. I keep hearing a call it both ways. I'm not sure which bench that's coming from, but it's coming from one.
I think the
But
officials are doing a pretty good job tonight.
She was 20 yards downfield and made them come all the way
right,
back.
and that's just unfortunate because then you're penalizing the attacking team, right? The team that has the ball, but
6-1 right now in favor of Jesuit. We've got 4:27 to go in the first half. See what the Lakers can come up with.
They got to get it. Oh,
they try to drop it into the center.
They need to take a breath and get. I know you don't want to get into a situation where you're in a hurry. Like, they're only down 5 goals. They need quality shots because on Partovi, things aren't going to dribble in. You have to take quality shots against her.
So up top, it belongs to Mullen. She'll drop it off on the wing for Lem. Now Lem gets set up to go. Oh, nice hesitation move. Runs into 2. Does she get it? That's at the 8.
Push call there. She should get that inside hash. There she is.
Running right over that, so she's got an angle if she wants it. Let's see if she can get it. Setting up with a left-handed shot. Cuts in, takes it, missed. Swallowed up by Partovi.
Yeah, I think maybe Edwards just got just enough on it to send it right
Stole
to
it. Turley. Turley's in. Turley shoots and scores.
LO kind of needed that, Todd.
Yep.
And who could give it to him but Turley?
Time of that goal coming at 21:36. Yeah, that's, she's just been all over the place in those outlets. It reminds Jesuit that they need to be patient when trying to bring the ball out, because if they rush it, Turley is everywhere. Couple of steals on some outlets for her tonight.
And interestingly enough, both teams have made an adjustment to their draw where they're putting 5 back. So that's just to stop, you're putting an extra player there to stop a quick transition off the draw.
Prager and Abernathy continue to go at it at center. There we go, right up in the air it goes. Abernathy finds it first and carries it in.
Yeah, she just did a great job tracking that ball.
Handley cuts in, great fake, moves in front, takes a shot on the head, lost the ball, it's down on the turf. Grabbed, she's gonna come up with that one. Maddox puts it towards the corner and they're gonna, all right. So Maddox has to give it up to LO with 2:59 to go here in the first half.
And that one's just a minor foul, so you actually don't have to go behind, you have to just go away, 4 meters away.
LO trying to bring it on up. They get a nice move by Ensminger. She pushes it up center. Over for Prager. Prager gets it off to Lockhart, and Lockhart carries it in.
I know Lockhart's a defender, and so she didn't want to stay over, but they did have a 2v1 on that backside if she would have stayed in.
Now it's Kelly. Kelly has been being held quiet all night by Edwards, the senior. She's on her. Look at that. Great protection, but here comes Kelly down the center. Whoa, everybody slid. Here comes Kelly again on the hesitation. The shot, the save by Partovi.
And Coach Blumhardt talked about how they were working on their crash this week in practice. They needed to be better at that. Give Partovi the best chance possible.
Well, they certainly did, because I think 6 players crashed that time on Kelly when she came in.
Kelly had nowhere to go except for back out.
That's right.
When she came.
Now, and there's the issue where all of the other players for LO standing and watching.
Right.
If all your players leave, maybe try to make a move, maybe try to do something. Don't just let Kelly try and do it by herself.
Yeah,
Jesuit moves it
even
in.
just setting yourself in a place to catch it and get shooting space.
Running in on the right side, getting hit from behind is Randall. They'll blow the whistle there.
Looking for stop the clock here because we're under 2 minutes.
6-2 is the score. Up top they go. 125. Will Jesuit try to hold it for one final opportunity? Here comes the pressure by LO. Out high, up top. There's a quick whistle blown on Lockhart. Lockhart having a discussion as she gets into position.
Yeah, I think she's encouraging the 2v1 there on the backside to cut into the 8.
Again, the pressure continues down into the corner it goes. Maddox with it, gets by a couple and heads up top. Under a minute to go. This is a big defensive stand by LO. If they can go ahead and keep it at 4, I think they're going to feel pretty good about things.
And they're
Here
pushing
comes
again,
Turley.
and Randall's wide open.
In front, there she was on the wing, shot goal. You just can't give that up. Daskalos with the goal. With 33 seconds to go, that was a big risk. It did not pay off.
Yeah, I like that they opted not to just let Jesuit control, but when you're pushing out on that, you either have to go into a zone or realize who the 2v1 is and take the cutter that's in the 8. Let the 2v1, let the open person be on the complete backside of the goal.
Because that one just came in and all of a sudden you had Edwards with it or Randall with it. She just knew right where her teammate was. Daskalos was on the wing and there was no opportunity for Barnes to stop that one from Daskalos. Who comes up now, Daskalos. Let's just double check on her. That's goal number 75 on the year.
33 seconds left, still an opportunity.
But this the big draw. That one doesn't go up high. They're going to stop that and start it again. Stayed about the shoulders.
Yeah, and again at the college level, this is a AP or alternate possession. I would kind of like to see that one come down. Jesuit's hyped.
They are doing some serious dance moves
They
on the
have some-
sideline.
Yeah, some extra bench players tonight.
That's right. Good energy over there. They've got a full-on team on the sideline. That one up in the air, going to be grabbed by Lem. Lem carries it in, advances it to Turley. Here comes Turley, drops it off for Prager. Prager looks to take the shot. Bouncer, hit the post. No, saved by Partovi again. Loose ball down in the corner, 15 seconds to go. Trying to come up with it. LO if they can. Players scrumming, push to the wing. Grab there. Finally brought up and out.
Yeah, they're just probably going to let the clock expire here.
And there it does. 7-2 is our score at the half. LO's got their work cut out for them, but remember, it was a big lead for Jesuit at halftime. They're almost celebrating like they've put together the perfect game. Maybe they did put together nearly a perfect half, but there's another one upcoming. Sean Hansen and I are going to take a break. We'll be back with the final half. Who will be the OGLA state champion in girls lacrosse? Stick around and you'll find out in a moment.
League, Lake Oswego High School. The Lakers are also here on the field tonight. Accepting the mound is Lake Oswego's outstanding athletic director, Chris Coleman. And the next league was the Willamette Valley League. Marion High School from Mansfield took the Willamette Valley League. Accepting for them as head coach, Becca LaFrambose, and assistant coach, Mariah Berman.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of the OGLA State Championships for lacrosse. Again, an opportunity for both teams to kind of make their adjustments and whatnot. But what type of adjustments? If you're coaching either one of these teams, let's start with LO. What are they talking about down 7-2 here at the break?
I think the draw control is an area of concern for them. They're so good typically, and I think they just need to win a few more draws to give themselves the best opportunity to get into their attacking end. I also think, like I said, towards the end of the half, they just need to not be in a hurry when they're on attack.
Right.
They need to be patient, find the best shots. I think they were forcing a couple of those shots, especially on Partovi. Things that might go against a lower caliber goalkeeper are not going to go against her.
And then on the flip side, for Jesuit, do they actually look back and talk about their game against Grant? We were killing them. We're up 10-1.
No,
They look ahead.
Yeah, Lauren Blumhart specifically said they talk a lot about putting things on a shelf.
Okay.
So when I asked her about, were you concerned? Did you have thoughts about that? She specifically said we talked about it at practice and then we put it on a shelf and we put it away. So I think they're just focused on the moment. Another thing she mentioned to me last week was be where your feet are, right? And so if we're thinking about the Grant game, we're not thinking about the game tonight.
So their feet are firmly planted right here at Tualatin High School, where they have a 7-2 lead, but right now LO's got it as they start off gaining control on their opening draw. So here we go. Let's see what LO can do on this first one. An important shift, and we'll see about their patience as they try to get things set up. As we mentioned in that first half, Marin Kelly was quiet. Just didn't get involved, and she's got it right now, but that will be credited to Avery Edwards, who's just been on her all day long.
There's the double.
Drops it, looking for Traeger's shot. Goal! Great start for LO. A super job by Millie Prager, who went ahead with bodies on her, able to fire up that shot and get the goal. And for Prager, on the year, that's goal number 33.
Yeah, and I think even more important was the feed inside. That double came and they were able to find the open person. That was something they struggled a little bit with in the first half. So great second half adjustment to them.
So 44 seconds in, we had a goal 38 seconds scored into the first half. And now all of a sudden, we've got it coming off. All of a sudden is Jordan Hoffman, a senior for Jesuit, holding her neck like maybe she took a shot in the neck, maybe a little bit of a strain.
Yeah,
we don't
maybe
know.
Shoulder.
Well, yeah, it could be that left shoulder. We'll keep an eye on that as they get ready for the next draw. She's coughing some things up, like maybe she took a shot again in the neck. In the meantime, as we get ready for another draw, Prager checking behind her is Turley.
I think this next draw is really big.
One back, Turley trying to come up with it, one-handed, running, scooping, picking it up. She gets it.
That was big for Turley.
Advances it on up ahead to Lem, and Lem carries it in.
Abernathy in pursuit, though.
So now, looking a lot more patient to start things off. Oh, there she is right in the front, grabs it, turns it. Kelly wants that shot. If she can get it, does. Saved once again by Partovi.
That was a great save.
It was. You got to bounce it on her. I mean, she went to the glove side, if you will, and then it was an easy save for Partovi in the sense of it was right there. Do we see cards coming out?
Yeah, just dangerous contact again. That was kind of towards her back, towards her neck. That's an emphasis for this year of just not getting up on people's backs.
So Lockhart's going to go ahead and sit. And here is the opportunity for Jesuit to build up on that lead. 7-3 right now is their score. LO had scored first here in the second half, but bringing it up quickly is Handley. And with the man advantage, Daskalo sets up behind.
It looks like they opted to go into a 6-person zone here. So passing cutters off in the middle, it'll be key.
Shot, goal. They didn't have to go that far before Abernathy closed it.
Give her an inch, she'll take a mile.
Yes, she will, and she did. Great shot on the bouncer. And now all of a sudden, just 146 into this one. in the second half. It's back to a 5-goal lead for Jesuit.
Yeah, and that card is a 2-minute non-releasable at the high school level, so Lockhart will continue to sit even though Jesuit scored.
That's a tough one right now. So again, it comes back to the draw. How brutal and how critical are these draws? Millie Prager carrying a lot on her shoulders, trying to get her teammates the ball.
Yeah, I think if LO can get it and run off a little bit of the time, that will alleviate some of it. Obviously, Jesuit going to goal is potent anyways. Add a person up opportunity for them. They can make light work of that.
Abernathy and Prager. Looks like they're set.
Yeah, officials are having a little bit of trouble with the setup there. Could be those draw sticks, could be pressure that players are setting. They just want to make sure it's even and that neither player has a little bit of an advantage.
Well,
it looks like we're having, it's an off the circle issue.
all right, we're having all sorts of issues here on this particular draw. Those two are not giving each other enough space. Neither one at the center is allowing the ball to be placed. It's, hey, state championship game. Everybody's looking for their edge.
Yeah, I mean, everything needs to be contested. Nothing easy.
And here we go. This one, not very high, but apparently high enough. Turley comes up with it.
Yeah,
She'll
so
carry it in.
guessing they'll opt to get wide and keep the ball hot, but
That one, a little bit of an errant pass, but it is picked up by Lem, and they'll see if they work it out. Here comes Jesuit with the double team. Quickly passed over Doan, near side. She's got space, tries to cut in. Kim is on her.
there's
Two
that
players.
double.
Yep. Great pressure applied by Jesuit. Trying to drop it in front. Yeah, the opportunity is provided here. Oh, they wanted to get something. Loose ball, Lem able to grab it. Lucky break that time for LO. 22:34 to go. 8-3 in favor of Jesuit. LO trying to kill off the penalty. There's an errant pass. Good hustle by Lem to come up with it. They're going all the way back to center. Loose ball again. Uh-oh, odd man numbers. Here comes Jesuit using their speed on the right side. Randall cuts in. One on, non-bouncer shot. Where is it?
I think she saved it.
Oh, she did. She couldn't find it, but Barnes did save.
Yeah, and Barnes needed that. That's a little bit of a juice play. Gets her going.
Bouncer right, going for the 5-hole again, but she's able to stop it. Doan moves in, wants to get it,
Flag.
and there's the whistle. She'll get an opportunity from the wing outside at the 8.
I'm honestly surprised that LO has the green light to go. I thought they would just try to kill the penalty, and maybe they just feel like there's not enough time. I'm not sure.
So right now, Lockhart getting ready to come back in. They're going to go for it. Quick shot. That one's a goal!
That
And
was-
hands raised, happy.
Yeah, great placement by Doan. She changed her levels a little bit, had her stick up high, and then shot low corner. A little bit of deception to get past Partovi. And that was a good take. That was a decent hash.
So 55th goal on the year for Doan. Time of this one coming at 3:27.
And the card has now expired, so we're back to even and back to 4 down.
And a 4-down situation. That's better than it was at the break when they were down 5. So LO is still battling, still looking. And it comes down to, again, heads-up play right here in the center. Really being big, Millie Prager. She started the game this way, winning the first 3. She's been very solid out of the gate in the second half.
Yeah, it seems like when they're self-drawing, Abernathy's doing a good job of tracking it. If it's on the circle, Lem and Turley have some speed.
High up in the air, Turley chasing, grabs it. She's got it, goes back to her left, now looking for a little bit of help, moves it on up ahead, gets it to Lem. Lem advances over on the wing, now to Prager. Prager drops it to Doan, and she'll back out. Great opportunity. I mean, they're pressing right now. They're pushing it up quickly, trying to take advantage. But you talked about it earlier. It looks like Jesuit actually is getting back between the ball and the goal rather than just being on the side. As that ball comes free, it's going to be scooped up. Oh, Kelly's got it. Cuts in. Hit all over the
Flag.
place. Where's that whistle? And she'll get an opportunity and sets. Are they going to put her on the wing or up top?
I think the foul came when she was driving in originally, so I think she's going to go towards that outside hash. I don't think she's going to be hanging hash, but I think she'll be on the outside. But she can take it from anywhere.
She'd love to get one right now. Fires, shoots, misses wildly up high. Credit the defense getting their sticks in. And there is Avery Edwards. Avery Edwards is not going to get in the box tonight, but in that box score, but boy, she's been shutting down Kelly with her defense.
Yeah.
Really doing a nice job.
Little
weave up top, little Doan. Here she comes. Right, left, right. Got to drop it off. Now she's being double teamed and.
Yeah, and Millie Prager was open in the middle there. They're just crowding it a little bit too much. I think they're having trouble seeing where that 2v1 is.
Got these things set up. Kim whistled for the foul. And they'll drop it over to Kelly. Wanted the opportunity, spinning, looking. Nice job again by Edwards, not letting Kelly get free. Turley backs up and they'll run it up to the top. 19 and a half to go, 8-4. Fellow can get this down to 3. Oof. That would be big for their confidence. Here's a quick shot. Another save by Partovi.
Yeah, Doan didn't change levels that time. She kept it low, stayed low. A little bit easier with that outside shot for Partovi to track.
Quickly out to Edwards. A hesitation move by her at the 50 allows her to get into the offensive end of things. Nice job by Edwards. Oh, great play. Edwards just released and grabbed that from Partovi and advanced it. 8-4. Daskalos wants it from the wing, but now she'll back off. Jesuit taking their time, looking to set things up. Kim hesitates, she draws the whistle.
Horizontal stick called there. Looks like she extended during the play.
Yep, Rubenstein. So LO gets set as Kim's going to try and get in there quickly. She's got some players she can make passes to. She'll drop off and back out. Now they're cutting down the center. Maddox shot, goal.
That was a great pass off. I mean, she just placed it exactly where it needed to be.
Maddox is really stepping up today. That's her second goal on the night, 23rd overall. Having a big performance right now for the junior.
Yeah, and what I love about Kim's pass there is that, you know, Maddox was running. She put it right where she needed to be. It was a catch and shot. She didn't wait.
Yeah, led her beautifully.
Yeah,
led
and that's super tough for Barnes to stop just because you're tracking the ball moves, and then it's coming right back at you.
Well, and you got to be honest. I mean, it's hard to hit her in the middle. She's not that tall. I mean, when you're going into the middle, right, you've got a lot of other sticks in there. You have to make that perfect pass. It's coming from Kim, who's not that tall. It's going to Maddox, who might not be as tall as her.
Yeah.
And yet, boom, it was perfectly placed. It was really looked almost like a set-up play. I'm sure they've worked on that a few times. But executed perfectly, 9-4, Jesuit with the lead, 18-12 to go second half.
The great thing about lacrosse is you get a 2-foot extension of yourself with your stick. So it's what makes it fun.
This one back. Turley tries to get it out of the air. She has to chase it down. But here comes LO. Check that. That's Lem. Lem fires it to the middle. They get it on up to Turley. She'll bring it up. They've got setting up in front. They wanted to get that pass. There's Doan. Doan comes in, passes it off. There's going to be a whistle.
And that was the right find that time. I forget who had cut through. Maybe
Millie Prager
had
first,
cut through. She took the defender with her, and then Doan cut right off her back. So heads up play by those two.
In, shot, goal. LO gets one in. Nice job by Doan to get another one. She started to come to life. That's 56.
Yeah, and Doan did a good job of continuing her run. I don't know if you noticed, but it looked like some of the Jesuit players had kind of let up, and she just continued her footwork across the crease and then put it back from where she came from. And that's a great way to get past Partovi because it's tough to track.
Jordan Hoffman coming back in for Jesuit, so she'll replace Sydney Kim. So apparently feeling a little bit better, which is a good sign. And the nice thing, I think, if you're the Yellow fan right now, what you're seeing is a team that in the first half just could not answer anything that Jesuit did. Now they are, and it's nice to see them offensively starting to click a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Timberg talked about kind of their off-ball movement. I think it's a struggle all of us coaches have, and playing as a team, doing that team offense.
Getting set for another draw with 17 and a half to go here until we have a state champion. Will it be a repeat, a three-peat, if you will, with a 2-year break in there for Jesuit? So this group of seniors would only be walking away with 2, but the program itself with 3 straight. And all of those coming against LO. So these two teams have met numerous times. Loose ball picked up. Maddox right there, right place, right time.
Maddox is having a great game tonight. Making all the right cuts and picking up ground balls.
Just dialed in. Really, sometimes it's about your focus.
It looks like LO has opted to pressure up top here, leaving a 2v1 on the backside.
Got to be careful of that one. Up top it goes. Randall looking. There's the pass. Missed on that one. That one's headed out of bounds.
And that could have been the sun as well. It's kind of coming down a little bit. Could have been a factor. But either way, you know, LO got the stop right there. And they have an opportunity, if they can clear this cleanly, to make something happen.
So they get things going. Turley all set to bring it in. She's going to face a little bit of pressure on the far side. Makes her hesitation move, gets by Buckley, and she'll start the run. Oh, takes a big shot there, but tries to bring it up, gets stopped, drops it behind her. And here they go again, playing tough D over. There's Handley, it appears. Handley's doing a nice job. Bringing it up is Muir. Muir gets it back to Turley, and now here they go.
Yeah, nice pop by Lasis right there, but they opted not to send it to her.
Turley still with it. Still with it. Makes the pass in front. Almost had an opportunity, but just knocked away as it swept over the end line by Jesuit. So it will go back to LO. Trying to come in was Riley Mullen. Could not close it.
Definitely the right cut, wrong hand. You know what I mean?
Right.
She was sending it to the inside. That's tough to catch and turn and shoot with, but great idea, and luckily it stays with LO.
Don't, who has the Lakers' last 2 goals with it up top.
Yeah, and it seems like the tide hasn't completely turned, but a couple things going LO's way the second half that they were struggling with in the first.
They've just got to continue the efficiency on offense and then just find a way to slow down that Jesuit machine. Lem runs around, gets it, wants that shot, gets the whistle.
And that was a shooting space call. Again, for those of you not familiar with girls lacrosse, it's just a safety call. You need to be within a stick's length of the ball carrier's right to cage. If you're in that lane, not within a stick's length, it's going to be an automatic whistle. It's just a safety call.
Lem in, shot, saved again by Partovi.
Did that go off the pipe, or is that a save?
LO will maintain possession either way. Partovi just being outstanding. Did not get a chance to watch Jesuit during the regular season, but I've seen her now twice here in the state championship. She's been amazing, but this time Muir finds the hole or make that Mullen.
And that one hurts for Partovi because she was tracking it so well and just missed it. But if you're an LO fan, just what you want to see. Within 3, anything's possible.
10:28, the time of that goal, and LO has been clicking. Now it's a 3-goal game. They've got something to get excited about. And now I know that you mentioned Jesuit and their coaching staff of Blumhart were saying that we put it on the shelf. But hey, when I see a cookie jar on the shelf, I still know the cookies are up on the shelf. I'm just saying, if they put it up there, they know it's there. We're talking about a 10-1 lead.
Well, I think she wanted more bread and butter this evening. That was the inkling I got, at least.
Oh, man. Well, we'll see what happens. Do they pay attention to it up there, or do they really focus here? Are their feet here? They need to be for Jesuit.
I'm surprised neither player on this side of the 40. The ball's gone over here every time, and neither player have opted to run onto it.
Here it comes again. Picked up by Lem.
And it just keeps going. I think Abernathy's pushing and Prager is pulling, so it's naturally going to go that way.
Surprised there hasn't been a change in terms of the way that maybe Abernathy's trying to work the stick on the draws.
Yeah, I mean, they're winning. Like, it could just be that both coaches feel that that's where they want it to go. You know, sometimes the draw's about we're putting it where we want it, but then we're not winning it there.
Great stick work in front. Oh, there's the pass. It's loose, chasing it down. Jesuit comes up with it near the end line, trying to stay in bounds in the corner. Belongs to Edwards. They get it to Partovi.
Yeah. And
now Partovi's going to go ahead and take her time.
Randall's open on this backside again.
Edwards up the wing. They get it. Yep, right there to Randall. Randall takes a shot in the head. I think we heard that.
Hey, I think she swung. I don't think she made contact.
Either way, nice job getting the ball up. It's Daskalos. It's Georgia. Georgia would love to find a way to get involved. She does. Makes the pass. And right in front is Maddox, closing the door.
Yeah, so I mean, that doesn't happen if Georgia doesn't make her move, right? She pulled the slide, and then Maddox did a great job cutting the goal. They just played that 2v1 so well. And again, it's super hard as a goalie just to stop. Like, you're tracking ball, you're tracking human. Great job on the attacking end.
And you know what? I mean, she gets the chance to practice with her sister Piper all the time.
Right.
So she knows, probably knew at a very young age about that move, or either by watching her and being the recipient of that pass or making the pass to her sister over the years. Either way, it's back to a 4-goal game. Lots of time left, 13-14 in the second half, but Jesuit holding on to that 4-goal lead.
Yeah, plenty of time for LO to mount a comeback. I do think they need to make an adjustment in transition. There's been Jesuit scoring on these man-up opportunities. They need to get themselves settled. I think they're stronger there in their settled defense.
The last 2 times these teams have played in the state championship game, it's been a 1-goal game, 12-11 last year, and then before that, a few years back, it was 13-12.
There has been a little bit, AP called there.
That time a little bit early by Randall as they brought Randall in on the draw.
I think she called an AP. I don't think and she might be a college official. I don't think she could discern who went early. So she just AP'd it, and that was Lake Oswego ball. But I don't know if you noticed, they did make an adjustment, both players on the backside of the circle, and they were off a little bit.
Mullen wrapping around, wants the opportunity, shot, kick, save that time by Bartovi. No stick at all, that was all foot.
Yes.
Brought out on the near side by Randall. She's going to drop it back as they try to whip it around. It goes to Kim. Kim loses it right there in front, and a whistle's blown.
Yeah, I think that was just across the body there. You need to be on the check side when you go for a check. So it's going to come out. Great effort, though, by both teams, passing and committing to the ride.
And they're going to go ahead and give a green this time. As trying to get in there early was Lem. She started to make a move, but either way, she just gets a little bit of a green card. Kim bringing it up. 3 players on her.
Yeah,
she's going to drop it back to Maddox.
Now. The backside's wide open.
Maddox gets it over on the near side to Edwards. Edwards advances on up ahead to Randall. Randall's got numbers. Has some players behind her. They'll drop it, cutting down the middle. Georgia shot. That one a miss, and that's an opportunity.
So again, the man-up opportunities are just flying Jesuits' way. That one was end up with a shooting space call, and Georgia has the perfect hash.
Here's the shot, goal. Daskalos, both of them getting involved. This one's Georgia, for Georgia on the year. That's goal number 14. Time of that goal, and a big one at the 13:29 mark, making it 11-6. And that one's got a sting. All of a sudden, you look down on that sideline for LO, and they've been getting to within 3. They've been, 4, and then 3, and then now it's 5. That's the tough part right now. They just have to buckle down in these final 11 minutes.
Yeah, they need to hold the tide a little bit and weather the storm.
And the tough part is you know that the Jesuits not going to back off. They're just going to keep coming, and that makes it so sometimes you think the other team's going to back off. You can increase your pressure. Jesuits not backing off. They will keep coming at you, and they have been clicking so far offensively tonight. Again, 11-6 the score. Taking a look out there, Randall's back in there along with Prager. Abernathy, like you say, is backed off the circle on the right side.
Then they've switched it up, obviously, now with Abernathy on the circle instead of taking the draw.
So she jumps in there at the last second, did Abernathy, and then leapt in and got that way of one from Lem. I don't know if that was, just for her to jump up there and all of a sudden Lem might not have known she came up. Daskalos to her sister. Piper's got it on the far side over to Maddox. Now they're just going to be patient and work it around.
11 minutes left. No incentive for Jesuit to go hard here. They just need to get a quality look on cage.
Jesuit faithful, loud and present. LO looking for something to cheer. The fans looking for something to cheer. They're very feeling good about it. And Randall coming down.
So we had a shooting space call there.
And we've got a card coming.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct there.
Muir goes ahead and picks this one up, gets the yellow. And that's just frustration.
So 8-meter opportunity here. See if Barnes can get a stop. Get some momentum going LO's direction.
Randall ready, checking to make sure everybody's in the proper positions. There they go. Randall shoots, score.
She loves the bouncer, I gotta say.
She has been on it as Randall picks up her third on the night. For her, that is goal number 21.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That works. Time of that goal coming at 14:27. And a 6-goal game right now, and like you see, it's another 2-minute unreleasable down there.
Yeah, so the yellow card on Murr for unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be sitting for 2 minutes, which again means Jesuit has 2 minutes.
Plenty of time, lots of time left in this one, coming down to the draw and efficiency on offense, but at the same time, if Jesuit puts another one in there and makes this a 7-goal lead, that's going to be one heck of a mountain to climb. Let's see what the Lakers can do. The Crusaders in control right now, but again, like we said, lots of time left.
Now we have Turley and Abernathy on the offsides over here where the draw's been going out to. Great adjustment by Prager. She self-drew there and was able to come up with it.
Fires it in. Abernathy's on her, trying to rub her off on the far sideline. Instead, they get it into Lem.
Yeah, we'll see if they play it out or opt to go to cage here with only 10:15 left in the game. They might not feel like they can wait for the yellow card to expire.
Trying to get some
situations.
situations.
Like Doan is getting some instruction maybe from Coach Timberg.
Looking, not there. There was the slide. Now down the middle, Kelly turns, spins, has it, 3 on her, gets the whistle. Clock continues to roll, but she'll get an opportunity from right up top. This is a big one. Sydney Partovi ready. She has been on fire all night. Here comes Kelly, shot, score.
That was a good deception by Kelly. She dropped her handle a little bit and then went back off stick side high. Great placement there.
Time of that goal, 15:33, but here's the numbers. LO scored and Kelly scored her 68th goal 38 seconds into this. She hadn't scored since.
Right.
Until now.
Yeah, and I think the difference on that particular goal was she cut to receive the ball, right? whereas previously she had been trying to dodge and trying to dodge and trying to dodge. That was a good on-field adjustment for her to make the cut inside and receive from a teammate.
69th goal on the year for Kelly. 9:27 to go, back to 5. Double checking on some sticks.
Yeah, it looks like they're just checking pocket depth here. They do a stick check at the high school level before each game.
Oh, they want a second opinion.
Yeah, so in girls lacrosse, the ball needs to be above the sidebar. That's at every point in the stick.
And they're going to check
yeah,
both.
looks like they say it's legal there. Prager having a quick conversation with the official. It's the official's discretion to check the sticks if they so choose. They do check them at the beginning of the game.
And do they always check both? Because they're bringing this one.
No, but there has been so many issues on the setup that maybe she feels like that is the issue. So it looks like they've deemed it illegal. And if it's illegal, it stays at the bench area, and a new stick can come out.
Well, that's
been certified.
That's interesting because they were checking Randall's. I did not see them check Prager's before. They just took it.
Yeah, it could be pocket depth. It could be that, a measurement. It could be that there's a gap in between the runner that a golf ball could fit through. There's quite an extensive list. I won't bore everyone with the details, but.
Well, Kelly's got to grab a new stick. She gave hers up to Prager.
Those gate sticks have a little bit of prongs on the end, so they're really nice for draws because you can dig with them. But I am surprised, and I could be wrong, it should be Jesuit's ball because yes.
There
okay.
you go. My
because
question
the
is,
equipment was illegal.
Right, so they give her a new stick, but they don't check that one.
Well, it's already been. It was already checked at the beginning of the game.
But so was Prager's.
Yeah, but she didn't have an opportunity to unhinge the.
All right, okay.
Or loosen it, or it can loosen during the course of the game.
All right.
Rainy games typically are where you'll see more of an issue than the beautiful weather. Might I mention the Southern California type weather we're having up here in Oregon right now.
Jesuit with it. 9 minutes to go in this one, and a 5-goal lead, trying to go ahead and extend that back to 6
so they're
if
in
they
that
can.
6-person goal zone.
Errant pass, chased down by Piper Daskalos. They're trying to get it to Georgia. Because again, it's still, remember, a man up for Jesuit right now. Kim up there. They're getting ready to bring back Muir. Jesuits just been taking their time. So they'll go ahead and bring Prager down.
Wide open on the backside.
They put it right in front. There's a move, falling down that time. Ooh. Now tell me about this one, because Piper didn't get hit. She fell.
Well, I missed what
sticks were high.
Yeah, I missed what the signal from the officials were. I was like more like, ooh, if you fall on a broken arm, that can't feel good.
No, it can. I'm surprised she went down in the middle, but she did. Looks to get that shot off, gets hit, shot, and a save. Standing right there in front. And it's outlet to the sideline, and an errant pass, unable to control is Rubenstein, so Jesuit gets it back.
What a bummer for Barnes, because she just had a great save.
Blumhart pushing her hands down towards the turf, almost signifying like, hey, slow it down a little bit, slow it down.
Right.
You know the pressure's coming from LO, 7:35 to go and a 5-goal lead of 12-7. So they're gonna come after you.
Yeah, they're opting to do a little higher pressure with a backer, but still in a man, not a true zone.
Pass and move, shot, goal. Beautiful move by Abernathy. The high fake, dropped low,
right.
Easy.
Yeah, love that from Abernathy. Took it high, dipped the shoulders, dropped the handle, and actually shot around the goalkeeper. A lot of times as you get closer to the goal circle, goalies will come higher in their goal circle, and then you have the opportunity to shoot around them. But
so that's an impressive play by Abernathy, the sophomore. As Jesuit, again, maybe going to lose a few talented players, but they've got plenty sitting behind, ready to carry the torch next year. But so does LO. I mean, look, I'm not saying, but there's a good chance these two could be back here next year, right?
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
such wonderful programs. But as they raise the envelope, so are some of these other programs like Grant, who was here in the semifinal. Phenomenal performance by them. Add in West Lynn as well, and then continuous growth throughout the state of this game. In girls lacrosse, the OGLA doing a wonderful job supporting everybody as they continue to develop.
Yeah, and I think that's what everyone in the state wants to see, is closing the gap against the top 4 teams and just more competitive games through the season. So that one was early on Prager.
So Abernathy drops it in, and they get it over on the wing, this time into Patelli. Patelli down in the corner. Daskalos now, whistle blown.
I think they're counting players for an offsides here.
And all right, LO had maybe one too many. They did. They had 8 down there.
Yeah, so that's just going to be, they'll reset it and then put someone behind and take the foul.
6:53 to go. Georgia over to Patelli. Patelli facing a lot of pressure down low. Gets it off up top to Sydney Kim. She backs off, but being chased again by Turley. She's all over her, or is that Lem? That was Lem. Lem almost forced the turnover. Georgia, Daskalos, over to her teammate, quick grab and shoot, but they had a whistle that was blown inside because it looked like Quinn Handley took a shot near the head.
Yeah, I think they called a cross body on that one. Held it until she passed the ball off. So great hash for her. Lots of options from the center.
Right up the middle goes Quinn Handley.
Officials are waiting for someone to take the foul. Looks like it's on Lem.
Quickly down the center, Handley, shot, goal. Quinn Handley gets another one tonight, making it 14-7. Time of the goal coming at the 18:56 mark.
And such a different score than when these teams played each other earlier in the season. They had that first game of the season back on March 17th. It was only 6-8. And now here we are sitting at 14-7. Just a different prolific scoring and different opportunities these teams have grown into.
Well, let's see what happens in the final 6 minutes of this one. In the center, that looks like they've taken out Prager, and they brought in Kelly now. Kelly against Abernathy. Flipped up, picked up, and it's bouncing down on the ground, running after it, Turley. Coming in behind her was Lem. Lem had it for a moment. Seems like it was just stolen out by Abernathy. Great play. On up ahead, it gets to Randall, and Randall's going to go ahead and carry that one up and in.
Yeah, I think they maybe have gone with Kelly just because she's so strong, so powerful. But
Patelli cuts in, pump fake, shoots it over the top. But back there is Randall, so Jesuit will maintain possession at 5:30. Sun setting on another gorgeous day here in Portland and the surrounding areas. State championship day. Turley just giving chase as Kim's playing catch over on the far side, this time with Daskalos. Georgia's got it, runs around the far side.
yeah, she's
Still
taking this
running.
thing for a whole 360.
That's right. Over to Randall. Back to Georgia Daskalos. They drop it down the middle. Shot, goal. Sorry, sister to sister. Big hugs there, and understandably so. That one looked easy.
Yeah, that was a nice play there. Since LO's opting to try to add a little bit of pressure, there's going to be a 2v1 somewhere. Piper cut up and then cut back towards ball. Really great find there from Daskalos to Daskalos.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be one of those memories that they'll always have in what is Piper's final game here in high school before she moves on to Johns Hopkins. And that was just a thing of beauty as Piper Desclos gets the hat trick tonight with a broken arm. Really? What was the biggest injury you ever played with?
Well, I actually broke my femur last summer and kept
playing?
Well, kept running around doing Orange
in
Theory.
the same game, like you didn't know. Did you know it was broken?
I for months I was going to Orange Theory and playing adult flag football. I knew my knee hurt, but I didn't know what. Oh.
In front, Doan had it, got the opportunity, whistles blown, she'll have a free. You played on a broken leg.
Yeah. It's best if you don't know. That's what I found. Once you know, then they tell you to stop doing everything.
Well,
let's see. Dylan's been pretty deceptive on her shots here. Let's see if she can come up with something new to shake Partovi.
Doan cuts in, shoots, got it. Deflection, that one finds its way back in for Doan.
Yeah, I think she had the best possible. She got checked a little bit there, and it just was deceptive enough for Partovi not to read, but it was off stick side, always a good place to be.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you played with a broken leg. She's playing with a broken arm. I was a tennis player. You had something broken. You were not playing. I don't care. I broke a bone in my back.
You need to hang out with some rugby players.
Actually, you know what? I take that back,
Those
though.
guys are tough.
Yeah, well, you know.
And gals.
But in college, I did break a bone in my spine while playing against Michigan State, and I finished the match and played for 2 more weeks. So, all right, I guess, but still a broken arm. Mine was just a little broken bone in my spine. That's no big deal.
No biggie.
But, I mean, she's shooting. I just don't understand it.
She's a lefty, and if we had to look up right before, it's on her right hand.
It is impressive.
Great pickup by OJ there.
Here they come, trying to close this gap, 15-8.
See, on that one, she didn't stop, and it was all good.
And that time just gets thrown down. Abernathy going to get a card?
Yeah.
Yep, and she knew it. So, yellow card for Abernathy.
I think maybe that was just a combination of the fact that she had fouled, didn't give her any space, and then had fouled again, and then it looked not great.
So Abernathy goes and sets up in the wrong box.
She wanted to be close to the LO bench. Let's see what's going on over there. So this is a great opportunity for LO to chip away a little bit.
Let's see, but they've got to move on it. In quick shot and a goal.
And that's moving. Prager? Is that Prager making moves?
Prager gets that one. So again, with the non-releasable, it's now down to a 5-goal game.
And you can score a goal in girls lacrosse in about 10 seconds. So it's still possible here.
Crazier things have happened.
And we've seen a few crazy things, Todd. Just in our time together.
Just this week, we've seen unbelievable things happen.
You saw Barnes go behind. You hadn't seen that before. So.
Why do you think I keep coming back? Because every year I see something more bizarre,
and
but more
every 2 years we create more rules.
That's right.
So that's hopefully what keeps everyone else coming back.
No doubt. Here we go, ready for the draw. This one not up.
Yeah, that one didn't go up, so it's going to be a redraw here.
Randall and Kelly, toe-to-toe at center.
And with Abernathy out, we have Sydney Kim on the circle for Jesuit.
Standing behind, she comes up on the left side. Oh, great play by Randall to get it.
So I wonder if they're going to call the ward. They are. Great call by the official. I feel like sometimes that gets missed. A ward is just when you take one hand off the stick and try to kind of defend, like in basketball.
Yep, held her off.
Yeah, with or without contact, that's actually should be a foul called, and a lot of officials don't call it unless there's contact. So excellent call there by the officials. The third team on the field. Oh.
Right in front. Here's the shot and a save by Partovi. Point blank, a huge save.
Yeah, that was big for Partovi. Held cross there.
Quickly, Jesuit trying to bring it up. Over the line. No, it doesn't. Kick last by, they're going to say it was covered by Jesuit and out of bounds.
Man, was that Lem on the doorstep?
Yeah.
Wow, what a save.
Right inside.
And she even did a little hit. She's just got to send it low at that point.
Wanted it again. Here comes Lem through the middle, trying to get in and get a shot opportunity. Now she has someone in front. Doan, shot blocked, and it goes to the far corner.
I think that's going to be a card on Doan.
Yellow card.
Yeah, it looked like as she tried to drop the handle and shoot around, she actually shot into the legs of Sydney Kim. Or not Sydney Kim, excuse me, Ensberger. So she had shot right into the legs, and that's known as a dangerous fall through. So you can't just take your stick and...
She's out for the next 2 minutes, which takes it down to 43 seconds. So we're going to be 6-on-6, and that pretty much should wrap this one up for Jesuit. I don't see 6 goals on a 6-on-6 coming as that ball's played up through the middle. Randall picks it up. Jesuit in control, and that one has to hurt.
Oh, open backside there.
Opportunity for Patelli, but smartly backs off.
Yeah, definitely.
Now wrapping around. Oh, she almost did because nobody was home, but instead she gives it up. And as she does, it's played over on the wing to Kerr.
Yeah, it looks like Blumhardt maybe is getting a chance to get in some of her seniors. Kerr, we haven't seen much this week.
Randall over there again. Now we're at 2 minutes. Now Abernathy's back on, so Jesuit's a man up. Pass it off to Abernathy. And they'll just keep working it up top.
And they can just run this one out if they want. No possession clock at the high school level. No incentive really to go to cage because then it goes back to a 50-50 ball.
And Elo's not applying the double pressure on the ball right now.
I mean,
what can they do?
Yeah,
really, they're down
do that,
6.
and then there's 2 open people.
Right. So they're just trying to follow it around as best they can. Smartly, Elo just working around the outside.
And this is the reason the possession clock
needs to come to high school lacrosse.
Came around is because this is
High
the most
pass.
exciting to
This
watch.
one's going to go over the sideline. That'll go back to Elo with 1:07 to go. Clock continues to run. Lakers want to advance. Oh, but that one Patelli blocks.
Oh, empty stick check there.
Trying to come up with it is Hunter. She gets it back on the whistle and drops it off for Kelly. Kelly puts on the burners, and here she comes. Makes her move to get past Abernathy with 46 seconds. Now we're back at full strength. Both teams over in front. Prager can't come up with it, but Partovi can. And Partovi will just quickly put it out on the wing, but whoops, nobody home, and Elo will get it back as the clock continues to run. Elo quickly looking to go ahead and bring it in. They do just that. 22 seconds until we have a three-peat champion in Jesuit. They drop it into the center. Prager shot. Goal! Prager gets another, which will make it 10-15, but I don't know that we'll see much more than that.
Unfortunately, too little, too late. But I do think you're right. I think Elo has they've always had a bright future, but tons of sophomore significant contributors, only losing Hunter and Barnes this next season. So lots to look forward to, a new coach, lots of exciting stuff.
So we have the draw up front. As we mentioned, Jesuit beat Elo last year 12-11 in the final. In 2019, they beat them 13-12. This year they're trying to close the door on a 15-10 victory. They will give that one to Jesuit.
Looks like someone went early off the side there.
So Abernathy will start to run it.
9 seconds left.
Ball's knocked loose. Turley knocked it loose. They'll say no. They blow the whistle, and that's gonna do it. This one is over. And the Jesuit Crusaders are crowned the 2023 OGLA state champions in lacrosse.
Got a little Daskalos on Daskalos violence in the middle of the field there. They made it to the huddle.
Yeah, they finally got there, and I'm betting that Piper really can't feel any pain in that arm right now as celebration. And on the opposite end, there is Elo after a phenomenal year for them. They finished 14-2 on the year. They were ranked #1 coming into tonight's game. Played a tremendous game, and this is a team, as we talked about, a lot of young players, a lot of key players, sophomore class. They're going to find their way back to the Final Four in the next 2 years for certain, and may have other opportunities to take a title home.
Yeah, I think they should be really proud of how their season went, even though they couldn't get the final win. Only one team gets to end on a win, and that's Jesuit again for the three-peat.
Yeah, and the Jesuit coaching staff out to celebrate with their girls, and very, very excited. For Jesuit overall, that is, as we mentioned, their third title. LO had 8. They have now 8 runners up for LO. 16 times they've been in the championship game. That is the most of any team out there. Well, that will wrap things up tonight for us, as again, it's been a phenomenal week as we've been able to do the Cascade Cup that was won by Cleveland with the win over Mountainside. We did the 2 games that in the semifinals, and now the championship game. So many stars, so many players for Jesuit were big, but as much as you want to go back and look at some of the things that were done, and you cannot say enough about Sydney Partovi between the pipes, I think the most unheralded player on this team that would get my vote is Lucy Maddox. She scored the game-winning goal in the semifinals. She was instrumental in today, grabbed a couple of goals as well. She had some hustle plays, picking up 50-50 balls, and I always say as a coach, the little things is what gets you championships, and Lucy Maddox, hands down, to me, did it. I also have to give a big shout out to the defense that was played as well by Avery Edwards, really keeping quiet Marin Kelly today, who only had 2 goals. That was just impressive. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, Edwards unfortunately won't show up in the stats lines, and I think that's the hardest job sometimes. Like, you want kids who cause turnovers, but if they don't get that defensively, you're just down there doing work, and it's hard to stat, communication and defensive effort and slides and those things, and I think she was probably key in that aspect. And I definitely think Maddox was right place, right time a lot tonight. So I'll be curious who they give the MVP of the game to. But super happy to be back here with you, Todd. And thanks to all of you guys for tuning in to allow me to be back.
A lot of thank yous to pass along to everybody who volunteered with the broadcast, along with the 2023 OGLA board: Lauren Anderson, Brittany Hartman, Anna Johnson, Helen McDevitt, Amy Einstein, Kim Bass, Kathy Hall, JB Hanley, Amy Maki, Kara Ringdolf Hale, and Ali Loeb, the executive director. So a great job by them all year long to get to this point, to have a championship, and it's certainly been a pleasure. I would love to go ahead and see you more than just once a year, but I wish you continued success down there in California. You've got a great program that you're a part of, and hopefully we will see you. Are you going to be? You guys could be continued. You guys could develop and be in a place where you're raising a trophy or 2, hopefully in the next couple of years.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. And hopefully we'll have some Oregon kids come down our way. Right now we have Kaylin Walker. She was part of the Cleveland Silver Cup. And Vivian Rukoff, she played at Corvallis, actually. The broadcast will continue through the ceremony of receiving second place trophy and the championship OGLA Cup. So please stick with us to watch that, although you might not hear our beautiful voices.
That's right. We may just leave it to them and let them do their thing. But again, down at the University of the Redlands, it's just a fantastic program. Glad you're a part of it. So we're going to let you go ahead and enjoy the final few moments. For Sean Hansen, I'm Todd Mansfield. Thanks for joining us all week long. Congratulations one more time to the champions, the Jesuit Crusaders, who are the victors and the OGLA state champions of 2023. Good night.
State of Oregon champions, girls varsity lacrosse, the Jesuit Crusaders. Enjoy a beautiful evening and a beautiful Memorial Day weekend, and you got a gorgeous put that in the garbage can located throughout the stadium. Thank you again.